Hey everybody, welcome back to, well, what's the final top 10 for all the MCU projects. We're going 10 to 1 today here on the 10-Minute Marvel podcast, plus news and rumors and any hope and hype that we have for Marvel Zombies. We'll be talking about that as well. I'm your host, Peder. We have our special guest, Ryan, here as well.
Hey, everybody. Happy to be back.
And I guess there's another person here too.
Sometimes, sometimes I'm here. I am today. Thank you for coming back, everybody. We appreciate you. Uh, it's Greg, everyone, and I'm kind of surprised that you didn't have anything loaded on that one, Petter. I was waiting for it and ready to strike. But if you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channel. Search 10 Minute Marvel there. Give us a like and thumb smash that subscribe button if I can get that out of my mouth. Find and follow us on Facebook and X, hashtag 10 Min Marvel. And of course, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. Petter, you beautiful man, what are we doing next? Is it rumors or is it news?
It is rumors.
Rumors.
So I'll probably lump a few of the things together here just because there's some overlap in some areas anyway. So first off, this one popped up from My Time to Shine Hello just a few hours ago that Sadie Sink's character in Spider-Man Brand New Day, oh yes it is going to have superpowers. So we've talked before about who she might be playing, and I don't know that this narrows it down at all.
No, not at all. I mean, it's not Black Cat.
Yep.
Like that, I mean, that might be the end of it. Like it could literally be almost anybody else. I'm trying to think of who else in Marvel, like who else in the Spider-Man world would be a Sadie Sink type character. Like I could see Silk, but I don't think we'll get Gwen Stacy and Silk introduced in the same movie. That seems like too much.
Yep. Yeah, and the rumor now is that we're gonna have Emma Myers, is it?
Yeah, from Wednesday.
Yep, as Gwen Stacy. So yeah. I I mean the long-standing rumor has been Mayday Parker, so it seems most likely.
I mean, I like the idea of Emma playing Gwen Stacy,
hmm Yeah, I like
but I
that
mean, it's
idea.
going to be non-powered. I'm assuming it's non-powered, like just regular life Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see because it could be multiversal too.
Yeah.
Greg, any thoughts?
No, I was sorry, my audio was a little bit shaky on that one. So, um, nope, I got nothing. You can keep rolling.
All right. So then a few pieces of Doomsday rumors. First off, from Cosmic Circus, that some unannounced actors for Doomsday have been filming scenes in Australia.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. It's
That doesn't tell us much at all.
And
That tells
no.
us nothing.
Yep. How about this one instead? X-Men Universe is on the path to destroy other universes, including Earth 616 in Doomsday. So I'm assuming something has happened there, probably because Monica Rambeau is in that universe now, that it's causing it to be like a source of a number of incursions.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a little bit last week, or at least I talked a little bit about this, that I feel like the battle for living through these incursions is going to be a very big plot point. And in past comic issues, like we've seen, like I talked about Doctor Doom's team, I could very much see the X-Men on the other side of that going out and like trying to stop these incursions. But I can't see the X-Men like annihilating other whole,
No,
worlds like Doctor Doom would, but I could see them out there some like defending themselves from all these other multiversal incursions. So it'll be interesting to see how they play that.
agreed. And that's kind of how I see it too, is I don't think that I think that there's going to be some reason why their universe is kind of at the epicenter of maybe some of these incursions, but it's not an active thing. It's not like the Black Cabal. Greg, did
Yeah.
I get that one right? Yeah.
yeah, I know we
We
go
have,
back and forth on that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how it seems like it's going to be very well established as well. Like we're going to really jump in for them
hmm
to the X-Men side and just know kind of very little. There's not going to be a lot of introduction maybe, and I'm okay with that. But I kind of wish it is that way too. Like it just leaps us right into their chaos maybe that's happening. I
Mhm.
don't,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming that the first scene we jump into is going to be bonkers in some way.
yes, get everybody's attention, like
Yep.
kind of like what they did with Thanos,
Mhm.
Yes.
crushing Hulk in some fisticuffs.
Oh yeah, that
Yep.
was a pretty cool way to start.
Yeah. I kind of also wonder how much they're going to mimic the beats of the Infinity Saga or the Infinity Endgame movies. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah. I remember a few months ago, maybe a half a year ago at this point, where the Russos were talking about it, and they were talking about how the Infinity Saga and Infinity War and Endgame, those were kind of like the end of something, whereas they're trying to treat Doomsday and Secret Wars as the beginning of something new. So I think, well, I won't be surprised if there's overlap on beats just because, I mean, those we'll see where they end up on our lists here. We haven't mentioned Endgame and Infinity War yet, any of us. So those obviously have good storytelling to them. I don't think you want to move into something super experimental.
Fair.
Fair.
Then, this one's from Daniel RPK, as was the X-Men Universe one, that Doctor Doom has a vendetta against the multiverse. Why might he have a vendetta?
I feel like I'm in class right now. The way you
Yeah,
said
right.
that.
Right. Should I raise my
Well,
hand?
yeah, why?
I mean, there's a million reasons why he could have a vendetta. Like
Yeah.
we know that like Doctor Doom's origin story has changed so much throughout the years. Like it's been everything. It's like been tied to like Morgan Le Fay and like ancient, Arthurian legend. It's been tied to science. It's been tied to magic. They could easily tie it to some kind of multiversal thing. You know what I mean? We know
Hmm.
like the few things that are like core to Doom's story are like he had this accident, he gained his powers, and he has some kind of resentment or rivalry with the Fantastic Four. And I feel like they could easily tie any of that into like some multiversal experiment or issue that he and Reed did that like burned him. Like not maybe not literally, but like at least in some way.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be? It feels like it might be more. Well, I guess I see it as either it could be that where it's he's doing it in a spiteful way against somebody, maybe the Fantastic Four or Reed Richards, but also like it's that God complex wrapped up in I know it's best for everybody, like Thanos had. I could because that played out really well. Again, kind of going off the beats as I was saying before, which I kind of makes me cringe a little bit, but just because I don't want the same movie and the same
Sure.
reasoning behind, but having a villain that you kind of root for, it makes for pretty good storytelling. So
Do you think Doom is a villain that we're gonna root for?
I think Doom is going to be somebody that we can understand and maybe not empathize with, but like logically what he's trying to do makes sense. And so I think that it's the same thing when I'm looking at Civil War, sorry, better, like I understood Tony Stark's side of it and I also understood Cap's side of it, right?
Right.
And I was like, I don't, they both have very good arguments. And so I got really sucked into that. And that made me think and that made me want to just buy into the story even more. So I don't know. I could see them wanting to do that with Doom as well. They did it well with Thanos, right? It was very much a Thanos story. So
Yeah. And I wonder too, with the fact it is Robert Downey Jr., could they make him a fully unlikable villain anyways?
You think they would do that?
I don't think they would. So, but I think they also know that the audience wouldn't be there for that. The audience is going to be too excited for Doctor Doom and for RDJ.
Sure.
So, yeah, I don't think, I think it has to be at least a somewhat likable villainous character until maybe they can turn him.
right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like Doctor Doom is a villain, but like every version of Doctor Doom has had like what Greg said, has been the hero of his own story. I
Yes.
don't know. RDJ is just like perfect for that kind of role. Like Iron
Yes.
Man was kind of like if you looked at Iron Man from a slightly different perspective, he kind of was Doctor Doom already. So they made him likable only because the story was told from Iron Man's point of view. If it hadn't been told from
Yeah.
his point of view, you have this guy out there. Like imagine if it was like if we got more of Cap's view, or even like Bruce Banner's view of Iron Man was like, this guy thinks he knows best. Like he literally created Ultron, which is like in any other circumstance, like the end of the world, you know?
Hmm.
So I could see them doing it, I guess is my point.
Hmm.
Yeah. Again, it's just like it good storytelling. It makes a character really, it's like a really juicy character. Is a
Yeah.
terrible way of putting it. I just ate hamburgers, so that's what happens when my brain.
Fair. Uh, so this is actually a piece of news that I'm going to toss in here with the Doomsday stuff. Doomsday has wrapped principal filming.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Yep. So,
How long has it been going? I'm always just dumbfounded by how massive of a movie this is. I feel like maybe my time just flies, right? Because I obviously, as the joke goes, I don't ever know what time it is or year. Uh, but like it feels like it's only been going for a couple months. And to
so
have this huge movie, right? It dumbfounds me. Yeah. So how long has it been going for, actually?
um,
They start,
great,
was it March or was it June?
great question. I need to figure out what I just did to my Zoom.
Um,
I'm here,
okay.
Okay.
but
You're still here. You're still here. You're still here. We can
yep.
hear you.
Yeah, I think it was June that it started filming. I was going to look it up.
I mean,
Okay, so
that's fast, but like they do pretty fast work, you know?
April.
April.
So it has been, I think it was late April that it started filming.
Yeah. Okay. 5 months, really.
Yeah.
So, all right. Onward.
Onward and Upward or something like that. Um, so then there was another Marvel Zombies teaser. They still look
Yeah.
fun.
Is this the third one? Or
I
my
think there were a third and maybe a fourth this week, actually. But they've
oh,
started to repeat a lot of footage.
okay. Maybe that's why I was like, really? I don't remember one coming out. But
And according to Screen Rant, Marvel Zombies Season 2 might be in the works.
mm,
Okay.
This is kind of where do they end this season? Because if
right.
they wrap up a story of the zombie outbreak, then I don't know where it goes from there. But honestly, I kind of expect the heroes to lose. So if there's another group of heroes they want to focus on or something like that, or if this one's all about the Scarlet Witch as the zombie queen, and then the next one's about, I don't know,
X-Men? They pull X-Men in? I don't know.
maybe. Yeah. Maybe X-Men, maybe
I would
the
love that.
Watcher. Watcher becomes a zombie and just how much that messes with everything. Just some other bigger threat.
Oh wow. That'd be weird.
Yeah. I
Weird in a good
mean,
way.
yeah. I'm down for more Marvel Zombies without having
I'm
seen it.
yeah. I was gonna say I think I
Yeah.
am, but
Yeah. I think you're going to be a fan no matter what.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that was it for the rumors, plus a couple pieces of news. I'm trying to make sure I get the name pronounced correctly, but I
Good
know
luck.
I won't.
Good luck.
Uh, Greg, you've had this name before, but the actor who's expected to be playing Tommy in Vision was photographed wearing a Vision Quest cap. So, Greg, do you remember how to pronounce his name?
Again, I feel like I'm in class. Uh, it's probably like Rarid Malik.
Oh, I don't know.
Ra-
Yep.
it's an interesting one. Rarid Malik or Malika, maybe. Yeah. We
I don't
can
know. All I know
Google
is
it,
Rami
but
Malek, and I don't think it's him.
no,
No.
not it. But that would be
It's that would be an interesting casting choice, I would
it
say.
would be it would be an interesting casting choice.
So it looks like I just Googled the pronunciation. Ruari. Ruari is, I believe, how it's pronounced. It is
Rarid.
S-
Rarid. Well, yeah.
Scottish Gaelic. So, yeah, don't apologies for absolutely butchering that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I would have no idea how to pronounce it.
Yeah. And with the Vision show, the Hollywood Reporter is reporting that Mary McDonnell is joining or has filmed for that show since the filming has wrapped. She is best known for Donnie Darko and Dances with Wolves. And
Okay.
Oh, I recognize her.
Ooh,
Um, yeah, she's been in a ton of things actually.
yeah, she's done a lot of television. So like she was in The Closer, Fargo, um, Veronica Mars, Major Crimes was one of her big ones. She was in 102 episodes of that. BSG. Oh, yes, I know her. BSG, she was President Laura Roslin in that.
okay.
Oh,
I say I don't recognize her. I'm actually looking at the cast now because I wanted to see who you were talking about. I don't recognize her at all, but I do see James Spader listed in the cast list too, which was that
Yes.
known? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was confirmed a year and a half, maybe two ago.
I totally missed that he was going to be returning for this.
Yep. And so it seems like, and the rumors, just in case you want for everybody who maybe doesn't catch the podcast weekly, uh, the rumors are that there's a lot of people cast as the human versions of different Tony Stark related AIs. So like synthezoid versions of stuff. So like Friday, for example, or was Edith one of them? I can't remember, Greg.
Yeah, Edith. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
But
Veronica, Edith.
but not like his family. I mean, are we? I assume that Vision Quest was going to be like we're going to get like Vivi and like his whole family and everything. Is that
Yeah.
not the case, or do we just not know?
I mean, there have been long-standing rumors that Viv and Vin were going to be cast
Yeah,
for it. So I I almost wonder if he's like this could be Vision creating a synthezoid society, trying to create something like that to get back kind of what he felt like he lost from WandaVision.
I could see that happening. I could see that being a good plot.
And then
Eh,
what does that mean? Ultron comes in and then maybe takes over, like hacks those synthezoids?
maybe, or I'd love to see it kind of be a power struggle on a synthezoid level of Vision sets up this town and kind of sets himself up as the de facto leader, and then Ultron comes in a synthezoid form that looks like James Spader, and it's a power struggle to see who can get control of the town, and maybe Ultron corrupts Vin, for example.
I mean, interesting
Hmm.
idea.
Yeah, it is. How does it does it is it going to be that separate of a story arc?
Well, I think that that still falls into line with kind of the trilogy, though, of WandaVision, Agatha All Along, and now this Vision show, because it's all about family still. And
Hmm.
like, can you create your own family in this case again for Vision? And then what happens when he finds that his Westview real family of Billy and Tommy exists out there somewhere?
Okay. Eh,
We'll have to see.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I don't know how to feel about it, but it is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'd
I'm
like to see a second draft of your script, please.
Oh
yes, I'm highly anticipating this show for next year though. That I'll
yeah,
just
WandaVision was one of my favorite shows. So
Oh yeah.
mhm.
Get James Spader back. Are you kidding me? Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, IGN has reported that Daredevil Born Again has been greenlit for season three.
okay.
Interesting.
They must have really liked the second half of season one slash season two, as it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then just more of a informational, Fantastic Four comes out on digital September 23rd, just a few days from now.
Oh, that's no time at all.
I
Yep.
know. When I saw that in your notes, I was kind of excited. I'm like, sweet, I got something to watch this week.
Yep. And then Blu-ray on October 14th.
That's yeah. I'll be getting the steel book. I get all the steel books.
Same.
There's some deleted scenes, is that right, in the Blu-ray?
Yes, there are few deleted scenes. Let me.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that takes place in the Baxter building. I heard they like filmed like just a lot of like day-to-day life scenes that they cut for pacing issues that were just like them around the Baxter building, which that stuff I really want to see. So
Yeah,
Yes. So,
New Rockstars did a little something on it. I thought
mhm.
Eric Voss did that, but I don't know if it was all of them or just a couple of them, but
Yeah, so there are five different ones. Thanksgiving Soup Kitchen. I wonder if this would be Ben and
Herbie.
Rachel,
yeah, Birdie.
Oh.
No, not Birdie, but yeah. I wonder if that's going
Uh,
to build out that a little bit more.
yeah, that did
Uh,
feel that was one thing that felt a little undercooked in that movie.
yes, all puns intended.
well done.
Uh,
Well done.
Um, Fantastic Four Day. So I'm assuming that's maybe building into more of that news event that kicked everything off.
yeah,
Uh, Subterranea.
Yep. I think I saw that one.
Yep. Uh, Birthday Sweater.
Yep.
okay.
and taking turns. I'm
Yeah, I've
assuming.
seen those last three. I
Okay.
mean, I haven't. Well, I kind of did with the new Rockstars. So, um,
Yeah, I think some of them are up on Marvel's YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, or something
probably
like that.
I I can say something, but I don't want to ruin anything for Ryan. So,
Yeah, I would appreciate it if you didn't.
yep. Okay.
All right. So that is it for the news and rumors. We are going to be going down into our top 10 MCU projects.
Yes.
And unlike the last times, we are not going in groups of five. We're going to start with Greg, have him do his number 10. Ryan will do his number 10. I'll wrap it up with my number 10, and then we'll continue down the list that way. So, Greg, kick us off with your wrong choice for number 10.
Okay. My number 10. I am making sure my list is up and oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, number 10. Starts off with a real bang. Loki. This definitely absolutely deserves a top 10. So, no shame for me on this one. Although, mm, I could even see it up a little bit further, but Loki was and I think I probably said it before, and I'm probably gonna, I'll be regurgitating some things I've said in the past, but I think Loki had the same type of effect on me like WandaVision did, and Agatha all along did. I just loved the storytelling, and I was excited for the next episode to come out. Like it was hard for me to wait. So, are we talking about each one of these? Am I going in
Yep.
depth at the wrong time? Okay,
No, you're going in depth at the right time.
I think we're doing one.
perfect.
We're each doing our number 10. Yeah.
Okay. The cast is amazing. The setting is amazing. Like the set pieces, all that. The mystery behind it. I don't know. There's just so much good uh, comic booky fun things in there that I ate it up. So, absolutely, this belongs in the number 10, and I love this show.
All right, Ryan.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna break in a new one. I don't think either of you have talked about this yet, and this could be higher. But number 10 for me, Fantastic Four First Steps. A little bit of recency bias here, but also a little bit of I haven't seen it enough. After I watch it again, this might actually climb higher in my list. But right now it's sitting at a comfortable 10. I did not expect this to be a top 10 movie for me, but man, when I got out of that theater, it's just everything like wanted that movie to be, it did for me. I love their version of Galactus. I love the family vibe of the first family. I love the Silver Surfer. Some of the cinematography was incredible. Some of those action scenes were great. And just like I left out of I walked out of the movie just going like, this is how I felt watching some of the early Marvel movies again. Like it really recaptured that feeling for me. So yeah, number 10, Fantastic Four First Steps. I think you guys will probably talk about that one as well.
Amen,
Yep.
brother.
Yeah, that will come up eventually.
Probably in a minute.
So my number 10 is going to be the original Iron Man movie. It's just, it's still fun to
Mhm.
watch, and seeing Tony Stark have to come back out of basically find out that his company has accidentally gotten him kidnapped, has been supplying weapons to the bad guys, has to build his Iron Man suit from a box of scraps. It's just, it's great. And Iron Man is one of, if not my favorite character from the MCU. So just that portrayal by Robert Downey Jr. is so good. And he just immediately settles into that character. Like, I think we talked about it last time, and maybe even the time before with Thor, and how Chris Hemsworth maybe need a little bit more time to settle in. RDJ was just immediately Tony Stark, and yeah, it's it's fine that the bad guy was just okay. I'm cool with that because the rest of it was that good.
You're talking smack about the dude?
Yeah, I am.
Shame on you.
All right, Greg, you're number 9. Kick us off.
All right, number 9, I have WandaVision. So, right there behind Loki.
Eh,
Um,
Ahead of Loki.
or however you want to look at it. It's perspective.
Hmm.
Behind, in front of, sure. I have my phone upside down. The list is upside down. So it's, um I kind of already said it. I mean, Loki, it's the same thing. Like it was the it's Loki was something that I wanted again because that's I got originally from WandaVision. So WandaVision is a unique and really heartfelt way of telling the story, I feel.
Hmm.
It was so intriguing the way they did things. And God, and maybe, like I think we've said it before, maybe it was because I think we were in the middle of COVID or maybe at the beginning of it. And God, I just needed a break from reality at that point. And it is exactly what I needed. It just, it took me somewhere else and it made me just excited about a story instead of the crazy ass story that was happening in real life. So, yeah, I think the characters are awesome. We got to see Catherine Hahn come in and do her thing. Yeah, so much good stuff in that show that for the long time, I think in rankings, it's even been a little bit higher, but as obviously we've evolved in time and stories that there's things ahead of it now, but so good. So
Yeah.
who's up?
Yeah.
Ryan?
I,
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if Peder had something to say about that before
I
I
was just
talk
gonna
about my
say,
number nine.
I'll be talking about that one again in the
Oh,
future
okay.
too.
Yeah, you guys both had that one. And again, like that was 12 for me. So like it could have been right up there. I love the movies. So number nine for me, I think I have this one quite a bit higher than you guys did. But number nine for me is Spider-Man Far From Home. The Spider-Man trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies in the MCU. And honestly, Far From Home is my favorite one. It got me on a different level. I love Homecoming and I love No Way Home, of course, all the different Spider-Man, but like this one, Far From Home, like Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio he was so good. Like, I don't know, I love Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. And then Spider-Man kind of stepping up into the role, like Iron Man's gone, he's out on his own. And just that scene where he's working on his suit in the back of the jet, like Happy comes over and like gives him that look like he's like a young Tony Stark playing the music, building the new Spider-Man suit. One of my favorite moments in all of the MCU. So that's what got this one so high. Plus, I love the multiversal tease
Yeah,
of it all. Like that, I don't know. It just really worked for me as a movie, and it's my favorite of that trilogy.
that is fair. My favorite of that trilogy is Spider-Man No Way Home, which is my number nine.
All right.
That one, I think they managed to pull off a ton of villains really well, and I like it because I think it's been described as the home trilogy is is really Spider-Man's origin story, and to be your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and to be kind of fine with just being on that more grounded level that I'm hoping we're going to see in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Mm-hmm.
And so to have this be the
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes. Oh, yes, it is. The cap off of that I thought worked really well. And adding in that little bit of magical stuff and the mirror dimension, and I mean, just having Green Goblin back there again as a villain. I like how that all came together. And it just felt big and grand, like we hadn't necessarily had a ton of in phase four and five because this was phase four, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Me either. I don't.
I
Yeah,
think four.
Yeah.
we'll say four.
Yep.
Might be five. It might have been five. Those lines blur for me a little bit between four.
Yes.
Does does No Way Home and Far From Home seem a little bit messier than Homecoming? Like Homecoming just so clean cut and straightforward, and it doesn't.
Sure,
And
sure, but yeah,
not that
you're
that's
probably
bad. I
right.
mean, it's just that the feeling that I get, and I think that's why sometimes I look at those two later ones and was like, just, but they're still really good. Like
Mhm.
I agree with the Mysterio stuff, and just the stuff that happened with the different Spider-Man and the different villains and the No Way Home. So I'm not disagreeing by any means. It's just I think that's how I frame those up. Is that Homecoming was just, and I don't even know where it landed on my list. I think No Way Home still was top out of all those three, but it's just how when I picture those or when I think of those in my head, Homecoming just seems like a really straightforward, clean cut movie where
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think No Way Home is a little messy. No Way Home was my lowest, but they were all in my top 20, all three of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
But No Way Home, I felt like was a little messier, just because it did have so many villains, which they did a great job. I mean, I still No Way Home is like a masterpiece, but
yeah.
but
Yep.
I do think it was a little messy, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Far From Home was messy too, but it just had enough scenes that I loved that it catapulted it higher.
Hmm.
Yep. Greg, you're number 8.
The classic The Avengers.
Hmm.
I don't like when they when they released this, I mean it was everything that I'd been waiting for, I guess, at that point. I just um I think because I think I'm older than you both, maybe together, but I just I didn't ever expect to see this, right? And then when I saw them all together and just how cool it was and the comic, the wittiness, it was just really fun to get all those characters in one spot. So I think there's some nostalgia there,
Mhm.
obviously. So but I still love it. It comes on, I'm in. I'll sit down.
Sure.
Oh yeah. I already had that on my list at 14, but it is 100% one where if it's on, I will stop and watch at least a couple scenes before I get annoyed by a commercial.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8, right?
Yep.
Number 8 from number 8 for me, Greg. The Avengers. So
Yes.
I'm not gonna go on a lot more than what you said, but that movie worked for me in a way that I wasn't sure that it would work. Like I was excited for it, I was hyped for it, but I saw that movie in theaters like 5 times. Like I just like couldn't get over like how good they all came together. I mean, from the test of time, like there are other, maybe some of the other Avengers movies were more exciting, but just seeing them like all interact for the first time, like really
Hmm.
seeing Cap and Iron Man and Banner and Iron Man and Thor and Cap, like seeing them on screen together for the first time, just that feeling is really difficult to replicate. Even
Yeah.
though like the movie itself, like when I watch it again, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is still a really good movie. It maybe doesn't take me to the highs that some of these other movies ahead of it are, but because there's been so much build up for these other movies, where this was kind of early on in the MCU, but like man, I still will always like the Avengers will always have a place in my top for sure.
Yep.
Better.
I was a little bit surprised it fell out of my top 10, but
Me too.
there's so many good ones and uh, I have a number of TV shows in my top 10. So,
Yeah, I
my
said
number
that's where we would differ.
yes. My number 8 is a TV show in Agatha All Along. I just
Hmm.
really liked that show. I thought it was like those last 3 episodes were just such a great cap to the show. And Catherine Hahn's so good, getting introduced to Wiccan, great. And I love the fact that it gave me that WandaVision feeling in that there was this mystery I was trying to solve of something's going on the Witch's Road, something's going on with Agatha and Billy and their connection, and how does that all come together? And then that Lilia Calderu episode, when that came on, I was just like, that is so wonderfully brilliantly done, and the groundwork that they laid for that, it was just like that is a masterpiece of an episode. So that's why Agatha All Along sits for me at number 8.
Okay.
I have nothing to, yeah, I agree 100%.
Yes,
Yeah, because mine I think was at 13, which I was looking at. I'm like, I don't know if I could push it up anymore, but
yep.
it does
I
kind
mean,
of feel like it should be in the top 10 for some reason. So,
that's my thoughts with Avengers as you guys were talking about it.
all right, number 7, we are on Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. This one hit pretty hard for me. I was really, um, I don't know. I love everything about Wakanda. I love the tech. I love all that kind of stuff. But like the what happens in the story to me was I'm a sucker for really just good storytelling, I think, and really diving into some characters and like feeling the characters. And I got a lot of feeling out of this movie, and I think that just drew me in even more, which then bumped this movie up higher for me. So the the performances, and I can't remember his name. Namor, we'll just say Namor. I can't because I never
Tina
can pronounce
Querta.
Tina Querta. Thank you. That was a weird Italian accent that came out of that. And then I
Angela
was,
Bassett.
yep, Angela Bassett's. They're like those two really shined in this. I loved the ending, especially. I mean, getting introduced to the young T'Challa was amazing. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Just kidding. I don't know. Getting to see Killmonger again, I don't know. Like it there's so much emotion wrapped up into it. The only obviously small thing that was the Ironheart probably aspect that kind of took a few points away for me on it.
Me too.
Hmm.
But otherwise, it totally landed. I think some of it felt like it was a little bit disjointed, and it wasn't like super cohesive to where it'd be just this perfect movie. But it was forgivable just because of all the other performances, and so yeah, great stuff.
All right, seven.
Yep.
Yes.
Seven for me is Thor Ragnarok. No one's going to argue that this doesn't belong in the top 10. It was what I wanted from a Thor movie from the beginning. I was fine with Thor 1. I did not like Thor 2. Thor 3, Thor Ragnarok finally gave me that like fun, giant, larger than life Thor story. I mean, like even in the beginning, like where he's like fighting, is it Suitor, whatever? That he's
Surtur.
like, yeah, like just this is the first time that we've seen like Thor like up against these giant like god creatures, and like it was just like it was a fun movie. It was a funny movie, but
Hmm.
but not in a disrespectful way. Like it felt like a comic book movie. It felt like they were starting to move away from like the grounded realism of the other Thor movies and just let him have fun with it. And it pays off in dividends. Not to mention like Hela was a fantastic villain for that movie. And just all of it like just came together in a really fun way. Great cast. I think you talked about how great Jeff Goldblum was in that movie. Like
Yep.
it was fun. And like I think that you're gonna see that a lot in this top 10. Is like I come back to the Marvel movies that I think are fun to watch. And like that one just like that's when I would watch anytime. Like somebody wants to watch Thor Ragnarok, let's put it on.
100%. And the the fact that I have watched it so many times was the only reason I think why it fell
Uh-huh.
out of my top 10 to number 11. Let's be fair, it's just barely out.
I I honestly feel like Kate Blanchett made that movie
Oh,
for
she
me.
was so good.
I just, I mean, I don't know how old she is, but I was, I had a crush. Like I had a
Oh,
crush on Hella. It was
oh,
weird.
I will always.
She played her so well. And yeah, I agree. It was everything that I wanted Thor to be.
Mhm.
So,
She's 56 now, by the way. Completely
oh,
irrelevant, but I was going to look it up.
I'm in range. I'm in range. It's not weird.
No, you're welcome to try. I'm sure. Maybe she's
Yes.
listening.
Well,
There goes Greg's shot. Yep. For me, number seven is one that Greg has already mentioned in this section and was outside of your top 10, Ryan, because it's a show,
Yep.
but Loki.
Yeah.
I love that one. It plays around with Kang and the idea he who remains, that that whole fight, that Sylvie great in there. Second season doesn't really feel like it misses a beat on anything. So many just good performances, miss minutes in there
Hmm.
as I still want more miss minutes in something, but I'm like, how are they gonna bring back Miss Minutes and Ravona in a way that's meaningful? Kiha Kwan as Obi or Boris, just yeah, so many just fun performances, and it gave me just enough of that mystery of okay, how are they going to resolve all of this? How is time travel going to work in this show? Because it's going to. And it paid off. Yeah. I feel good about that at my number seven.
Obi was so good. What a perfect casting.
Hmm. Yeah, there's Obi and yeah, Ki Kwan is Obi, and then the other perfect casting for a side character is of course Randall
Oh,
Park
oh,
as Jimmy Woo.
oh yeah,
That's just a perfect casting as well for just a random other side character that I absolutely love.
yeah.
Greg, you're number six.
Well, Thor Ragnarok. I don't know if you have
Okay.
to say anything else about that because we've touched on it a few times already, and just a great show.
Yeah.
It's just good Marvel movie making. I'm gonna leave it short and sweet.
Good Marvel movie making.
That is a true statement.
Yeah.
All right. Six for me is Thunderbolts. Which may be surprising, but Thunderbolts, I say this without even a jest. Thunderbolts really did feel like a new Avengers for me. When I walked out of Thunderbolts, like that feeling of that team coming together, I love a good like the team comes together movie. And I honestly feel like Thunderbolts hits emotional beats that the Avengers didn't. And
Yes.
that's not to diss the Avengers at all, but we've lived in this world for so long, and we've had so much history. Like Thunderbolts builds on so many different aspects of the MCU and brings together so many great characters that maybe didn't feel like they got enough love. Like Ghost did not get much love in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like I think I said I even forgot, barely even don't even remember what Ghost did in that movie. Uh, so and then John Walker like was my favorite part of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So seeing all these characters come together, I love Yelena as the new Black Widow, and God, that movie had like so much heart. Like it brought me
Yes.
to tears, and like when I watch, like so many moments in that movie just brought me to tears or made me feel so emotional. And I saw that multiple times. Like that is another one that I just will watch forever. And I'm really, really excited to see where the new Avengers go from here, like what this team does in the next upcoming sets of movies, because man, they like for a premise that was like okay, like they nailed this. Like they absolutely nailed this movie. I'm surprised it came up this high because and I it is brand new and I tried not to like let that influence me, but like man, it's just a great film.
Mhm.
Yep.
I agree.
I I agree so much that it's my number six as well.
Okay, all right.
So, Greg, get with the program.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
But
Greg.
Can I be in the cool club sometime in the next top five?
I bet. I bet we got some
probably.
matchup in the next top five. But
I
yeah,
mean,
so
Yes.
we what do we have? We overlapped somewhere, didn't we? Avengers, didn't we, Ryan? I
yeah,
think
we did.
so.
We
Yeah, that's right.
overlapped directly with Avengers,
That's right.
and
Yes.
now Peder and I with Thunderbolts. So yeah,
Yeah. And to echo everything Ryan said basically on it and
Echoes in your
getting
top seven? Just kidding.
very funny.
I know. Terrible.
it's just it has so much heart to it that it's I know when Greg and I did the review episode for the Thunderbolts that I was like, this is it's not just a good superhero movie. It is a good movie because
Yeah.
they give characters so much to work and struggle with, and just everything that Elena works through in that. Bob, for
Mm-hmm.
both the comic relief of Bob, but also for like just like the
Mental
bad spot.
instability.
Yeah, the bad spot he came from. And same with John Walker. John Walker, Johnny Mayonnaise, I love him. Like Wyatt Russell is so
Yeah,
good in
he's
that role.
great. He's a great actor.
Hmm. All right, Greg, what's your number five?
Age of Ultron. The Avengers Age of Ultron.
Wow.
I I love this movie. I really do.
Clearly.
I I don't remember where you guys ranked it, but
Middle for me.
was it? God,
Yeah,
I don't
top
know.
20. It was like 25.
I mean, it starts off with like that epic like stop motion. It's not stop motion, but like that freeze frame, right? Of them all in, wasn't that
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, when
I don't know.
I mentioned that when they're all jumping in the air at the
Yeah.
same time.
Like
That is a
well,
great shot. That
it's
was
a
my
great
desktop
opening
wallpaper.
scene. Like it just jumps you right in, right? And I think James Spader as Ultron, I really loved I don't the like the check on humanity that this movie was trying to point out, I think,
Yeah.
which kind of really comes together in the last scene between Ultron and the Vision. Um yeah, is it perfect? No, but lots of action, lots of great characters in it. It just I find this like this and Thor are the ones that like I see oftentimes on, and I just right away I just want to watch. Um, I think yeah, I think a lot of it just really came down to what Ultron was doing. His his motives were clear to really just wipe out us as idiots in humanity, right? We're just
Hmm.
we're set to self-destruct. So I'm just gonna help you along kind of thing and restart. I don't know. I kind of love that stuff. And I love the argument against it. So I don't know. Just loved it. I don't have anything else to say about it, obviously, other than I love it. So I'm just gonna keep saying I love it.
I loved it
Man,
too. I mean, I
good.
loved it too. There's just reasons why it didn't quite get super high for me.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay, the one thing that I did not, I'll say, is I didn't go for the Bruce Banner Black Widow thing.
Oh, I
Like
liked
that,
that.
I like that as well.
I thought it was forced. I thought it was weird. I just didn't understand it. It was so left field for me that I just that was what one thing that threw me off, I think, about it. So
Okay. All right. Top five, right?
Yes, number
Top number
five.
five for me is Deadpool and Wolverine. So this movie was literally made for me. Greg, I think you had this one pretty low, right?
I did.
And
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a generational thing. I mean, we're not like that far apart in age, but for me growing up, like I was the right age for all of the X-Men movies. Like I was the perfect age for that. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine was like my idol growing up. Like I saw the first like that was might have been the first movie that I remember physically going to the theater and seeing multiple times like on my own. Like I went to them actually like got groups of friends together to go see X-Men, and like X2 when I was a kid was younger was like just the greatest thing in the world. So seeing all of the Fox stuff come back in this, like having, all those characters like Blade and Elektra and like just and the tribute to Logan, which was one of my favorite, like technically could be listed as an MCU movie now, even though it
Mm.
wasn't. Logan is one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. And that pairing with Deadpool just worked for me. It's slapsticky, yes. It's fan service, yes. It's completely gimmicky, yes. But all of those gimmicks worked for me. All of those jokes worked for me. Every music cue worked for me. And yet again, like I just mentioned with Thunderbolts, I thought the plot had heart. Man, like there are some of those scenes with Wolverine that I'm like tearing up listening to him like talk about how like he's not the guy, and when she's like, yeah, you never were. Like that scene alone just like brings me to tears. Plus, the action scenes were great. The fight scenes were great. The Johnny Storm reveal was great. Like, I don't know. Like, Deadpool Wolverine is everything I want a comic book movie to be. And at the end of the day, it's fun. And I don't think I'll ever get tired of watching
Yeah, I mean, it made $1 billion in a
it.
time where
Sure.
movies don't.
Yeah.
So there's clearly a ton of love for that movie. And it is one that I know I'll come back to. It just didn't land quite as well for me, but I
Oh,
totally get that.
it landed for me across the board. There's not a single scene in that movie that I would take out or change. Like, it all works for me.
Uh, yeah. We really haven't mentioned Cassandra Nova, I don't think,
Oh, she was phenomenal
enough.
villain
Oh,
too. Like
She,
she
best part of
was
the
yes.
whole movie.
amazing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. For me, my number five, going back to television here with Miss Marvel.
All
Even
right.
though the villain group was kind of dumb, to put it nicely, there's just so much heart in this show, and the idea of Miss Marvel, this fan of superheroes, getting her own powers and being able to try and emulate those heroes, but also have to figure out who she is and how she can be a hero just is so compelling to me. And the story of Miss Marvel, her journey to being a superhero, is what I love so much about this show. It it helps so much that they absolutely nail the casting with Iman Vellani. Like that is the
Hmm.
perfect casting for that character because Iman Vellani legitimately is just a crazy massive fan of Marvel movies, comics. She has, like, she's talked about it in interviews, how she has a notebook of questions for Kevin Feige. Whenever
Hmm.
she gets a chance, she will ask him questions from the notebook about, like, why is it this way? Or things like that. Or, like, she doesn't like the fact that it's been called Earth 616 for the
A
MCU
lot of people
universe.
don't.
Yep. So it's just such a great casting. And then I think really told an interesting story, even with the less interesting villains thrown in there.
Yeah.
Greg.
I I was gonna say I really appreciated like the way they added some graphics to like some of the I don't know what would that be? Like the texting thing, like when they're
Yes.
Yeah.
in the
Hmm.
episodes, how it was a fresh take on that
Mhm.
kind, and that was really intriguing for me as well. All right, what are we at? We're at
Four.
number four.
Yep.
Um, Peder, you're not allowed to speak. Captain America: Civil War is my number four.
Hot garbage.
It's
No.
Oh,
It's not, but
so harsh.
it yeah. I get your points, Peder. I know, but this one, as I kind of had said before, what drove this movie for me was seeing Iron Man, seeing Captain, kind of headbutt on ideology of best foot forward, and I liked that challenge. I guess I liked how they set that up. Is it the true Civil War story? No, it's not. But it totally entertained me. And it had the airport scene, which, again, kind of like with the Avengers. I mean, getting to see that and then pulling Spider-Man in. I mean, that was like the introduction there, right? And
Yep.
Hmm.
I don't know. It just had such good nostalgia for me. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about it because we've kind of hit on it a few other times. But I love that movie. I do. It's still to me my favorite that they've made so far.
Clearly. It's
Clearly,
no, it's number four.
take it to my grave. Clearly, you do not like it, and that's okay.
It's
I'm
okay because
divorcing you from the podcast, though.
it's kind of funny. We didn't quite sync up for this, but my number four is Captain America Winter Soldier, which I
Hmm.
know was also pretty low on his list. So let's not, worry about that. Uh, th-
Yeah.
this was the first moment I think in the MCU when I watched a movie and thought, oh, a superhero movie can be other things. Like the fact that this did not feel like a superhero movie. It didn't feel like a Marvel movie. It felt like a Cold War spy movie, which is something that I love anyway. Like there was so much intrigue in this movie. There was so much like spycraft and like seeing Cap on the run and like chasing down Bucky, and like the scene with like Nick Fury in Steve Rogers' apartment. Like so many good scenes. And then like it was also one of the first movies I think nailed like comic book moments. The scene where Bucky throws his shield at Cap, or Cap throws his shield at Bucky and Bucky catches it, is like it's just such a straight from the comic book run moments. Like Ed Brubaker's with Captain America run was one of my favorite runs. Like when I started actually like collecting comics was like right after like the Civil War era, and like Ed Brubaker was like killing it with Cap, and the Winter Soldier arc was just such a good book for me. And obviously that like colors my love for this movie. But man, they nailed that feel, that vibe. They gave Black Widow interesting things to do. I think that she's better in Winter Soldier than she is in any other movie. Like they give her more to do in this than anything else. Had great fight scenes. That knife fight where Cap goes against Bucky in the street. Like it just to me, Captain America: Winter Soldier does everything right and proves that superhero movies are not limited to just be guys in capes fighting. Like it was so much more, and it said so much about like police states and like the influence of power and like that slow takeover of Hydra. I'm honestly surprised, like, how that you don't love this movie more, but it is my number four.
I'm not going to say anything more because I've already said my piece
You
on it,
have.
and I know that I'm definitely in the minority.
I will bail
Um,
you out and just go to my number three then. Is that?
No,
Or wait,
let's
no, it's
not
your
skip.
turn.
No,
it's
don't
It's your
my
skip
turn.
turn.
him.
I'm sorry.
In
I'm
fact,
Yeah.
sorry.
we're so angry about you not liking Captain America, we're skipping your four
I
pick.
you lost a turn.
You lose a
We're
turn.
But my
playing
four is so
Uno.
fantastic.
Oh boy. Did you do that on
Oh,
purpose?
that is
No, I did not.
gross. That is
It's
so gross.
Fantastic Four, First Steps, nine number four. It's such a good movie. Again, like I said with the Thunderbolts, it's one of those movies where I've watched it. Watched it with Greg, then I went back and watched it with my wife and loved it both times.
Mhm.
Both times just left with like that kind of high of this is just such a great movie. The whole setting, that retro futuristic look for it is so spot on. I love the take on Johnny Storm, giving him more to do than just be a womanizer. Um,
Or a
letting him
joke.
be, yeah, a joke. Letting him being part of the smart group. I loved the family aspect for it, and I don't get tend to get that emotional in watching movies, but both times when Johnny gets ready to force Galactus back,
Mhm.
and even though I know the Silver Surfer's coming in, I kind of expected the Silver Surfer to come in. Just that sacrifice of like he's willing to do that, but also the Silver Surfer's willing to do that as well to save Johnny.
Mhm.
Basically, it's just such a wonderful moment for me, and yeah,
Well,
it's
you nailed it with that with Johnny. I forgot to say this during my thing, but like this was the first time watching any Fantastic Four movie where I felt like, oh, there's a reason Johnny was on this team. It's not just that like he's Sue's brother. Like
yep,
he brings a valuable piece to this team. Like he's smart. Like they
yes,
don't really play that up in any of the other versions of Fantastic Four. Even in the comics, sometimes I feel
yeah.
like they downplay just like why he was on the team to begin with, why he was there with them in space.
I wish they would have dug in more, actually, a little bit and give me a little bit
Yeah.
more justification in his intelligence. And I kind of liked how he was still a little bit on the outskirts of the team, it felt like, but he was working his way to getting the trust from Reed, right? Like
Yeah.
you kind of sense that undertone of like, hey, I'm going to prove myself. Because yeah, honestly, like even from the get-go in the comics, like he's like, oh, hey, and my brother's joining us, is what Sue said. So like,
Yeah.
oh, why? Why is that? I don't know. I'm babysitting him. Like, I don't know why he was even involved. Yeah. So,
Yeah. All right, Greg.
all right. Well, it's a pretty easy segue because my number three is Fantastic Four for steps.
Okay.
Yep. Because like I know
Uh,
what three you have left.
oh, don't tell.
I won't.
Um, I, what I really like how is it Shackman, right?
Yes.
I like what he did as far as the honesty of the characters and the straightforward. They're very straightforward, right? We'll do our best to save you. I don't know what's happening next, from the smartest man in the world. It's like or he didn't have answers. He wasn't sure if he was going to try and save. I just felt like honest, true answers. Also, like when Sue Storm, when she goes out and with Franklin, right, and
Hmm.
is like, here is my child, that this thing that you guys seem to really be turning on, and you have to understand my perspective here. And it was just very much what I guess I would want a character to do, that a good and true character, a superhero, to like not take the other stance of like, well, these people hate my baby and I will screw them kind of thing, right? It's an intelligent way of going about it. So I think I'm just trying to get at, it was really well written and thoughtful. And the scenes, the I would love to have had more action scenes with the Fantastic Four, but I know that will come. The action scenes that did come, like in the spaceship and the birth of Franklin, was absolutely stunning, I thought, and really clever and fun. Galactus was great. I don't know, the nostalgia, like that retro futuristic vibe that they give from the get-go. When I saw the first trailer for it, I was just on board at that point. So, I don't know. It just brought my love for Marvel movies back again after it kind of was not on hiatus, but like Thunderbolts brought it back a little bit, but then Fantastic Four really invigorated it even more and got more excited for what they're going to do. So, sorry, that's a really long rant. I hopefully made sense.
Nope.
And so 12
Made
minutes later, it's your turn, Ryan.
Well, I guess I know what your top two are. I think I'm breaking away from your guys' top two,
Oh,
which might come as a surprise to you guys. But my number three is Avengers Endgame. I mean, like
hmm.
these were gonna be the top. These were
Yep.
100% going to be at the top.
hmm
And it's always a debate between the two, Endgame or Infinity War. Like which one's better? Well, while I love the ending of actually I love everything about Endgame. I love everything. It didn't carry the necessarily the weight for me that Infinity War did. And it didn't the ending didn't like it was awesome. That big fight scene was awesome and epic, but it wrapped up a little too nicely for me for like what I wanted. But again, like when we're looking at in game, like it's my top three, and you know what one of the top two that's above it is. And so if I'm going to talk about this, I'll talk about it more when I talk about why I like Infinity War better, why I think Infinity War might be the better movie. There's still so I mean, in game was phenomenal. Like it's as close to perfection as you can get in Marvel. It's three for me because there's one other movie that I just like better. Also, I do feel like it's really difficult to split apart of Infinity War and Endgame.
Yes.
Hmm.
So that like almost
Yeah.
like could have been one entry and and make it a two-parter. But I don't know about you guys, but Infinity War was better than Endgame. So yeah, that's my number three.
Well, for me, my number three is Avengers Endgame.
Okay, all right. So we're not doing the top two.
Oh.
No. Um, Previously, it has been the top two for me. I've always put Endgame slightly lower because it feels like more of that traditional hero film, and not in a bad way. I love the time heist. I love
Mhm.
the bleak start of everything, and just spending some of that time in the world between the snap and the blip is just so good. And I
Mhm.
really appreciate that and just that storytelling. Then the end fight has a lot of really cool moments for it. Some that struggle a little bit more, but just it's epic. It's huge. It's big. It's what it should be. But there's just two things that I like better. That's really what it
Sure. I
comes
mean,
down to.
I feel that. I said the same thing.
Yep. All right, Greg, your number two is?
Should I keep you guessing? Do you want it's suspenseful?
Sure. Uh,
Endgame is my number two, of course.
Okay.
Um, which is I think how it ranked for me last time as well.
yes.
So nothing's changed for that. I yeah, I don't really don't feel like I need to say much because Ryan really kind of summed it up and a lot of what I was feeling about that movie. The weight of I'll just say the weight of Infinity War, where it left me is hard to beat. So Endgame, the heist stuff. I'm trying to think where I haven't watched this for a while, so I got to think of where what landed in what. But I mean, the end battle scene was fantastic.
Hmm.
It was huge, it was big and epic, and absolutely heart crushing at the end, right?
Yep.
So lots of just it hit everything that I wanted in a movie. Just not quite as good as the other one. So, which is kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Like the end is usually like the better of it, maybe. You think that
Yeah.
the but I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I
It didn't
obviously
have
put in game lower, so
yeah. Back to the Future was better at the beginning than the end, so I guess whatever.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's the Future 2 is my favorite of all those.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a different list.
Yeah.
All
Much
right.
shorter.
John Hughes
Are
films.
are
Whatever.
we are we ready for the number two?
Yeah.
That was
So surprisingly, this is not my number one Marvel movie, but number two is Infinity War. Again, I would have put these back to back. It's very, very difficult for me to separate them in my mind. Greg, you said it best. I don't even know if you knew you said it best, but the weight that I felt leaving Infinity War was like nothing else I felt in a movie. And
yes.
I debated back and forth, like, should Infinity War be my number one movie? I think it might be the best movie. And but it is a heavy watch. Like Infinity War is heavy. I mean, it's epic from start to finish. Like so many good scenes. The return of Cap coming back and catching that javelin was phenomenal. The fight up, when Thor comes down out of the Bifrost, and, like everything
Um,
about it is epic. And the snap just that moment of just like feeling empty. And when I talk about my number one, I'll explain it. This could have been my number one, but it wasn't. I like my number one more, but Infinity War is phenomenal. So it is my number two.
Yep. I mean, clearly Greg and I are going to be talking about that shortly here.
Sure. Hmm.
So save my comments for then. My number two is not Infinity War. It is WandaVision. It's just nearly a perfect show. Like the only slight negative I have for it is they made
no
it end.
Mephisto.
I'm fine with that. They made it
Just
end
kidding.
with a fight. And it's like,
Yeah, that's not necessarily needed.
not necessarily needed, but it wasn't a bad fight, and it was fun to see and really demonstrate the Scarlet Witch flexing her power and just how naturally magic comes to her. But really the crux of it is that whole mindset, mind stability of the Scarlet Witch, and you're like, is she the one who has everybody in the hex at the beginning? Or is it this nosy neighbor who clearly is a little bit off? Something's going on with her. And just as we got to unfold and unravel that mystery, yeah, Greg is right. Some of it is the timing that this was the first one when you just needed something that felt different and big, like must see during the pandemic. But thinking back on it and having watched it again, it still is just as good the second time through. And it's
Mhm.
just such a tough story about grief that they handle in such an interesting and unique way that works so well through those sitcoms that, yeah, I absolutely love this one clearly. And I always have to mention, as far as I know, I was the only person to call that the helicopter was a drone and that the beekeeper outfit was somebody from outside the hex in a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Greg,
And I
you
was
should.
just waiting for that to come up. I was
Yeah.
like, if you weren't going to say it, I was going to just to help you continue to float your
Yes.
gloat. uh, it was a good call. I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't. Kudos to you. One of these days I'll get one of those. It's like a golden, I don't know, like in podcasting, if you, like in Marvel, it's like to actually get one of your guesses right. I don't know. You should get like a plaque or something. Can I get a
I'm waiting
plaque?
on mine still.
Are you? Oh,
Yeah.
well, all right. Birthday coming up soon. I'll maybe think about it.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, pretty obvious what mine is. So, Infinity War took number one again for me. It has yet to get bumped. Although, I mean, there's some ones that I don't know. Like, I'm kind of curious. Like, will Doomsday and the upcoming like big movies will they outdo, right? And will they bump the Infinity Saga or the end of the Infinity Saga off? I don't know, but Infinity War for me, yep, it's the snap. It was the feeling of kind of didn't expect that much of a loss or people to just all of a sudden disappear and be blipped out of existence. So yeah, the weight of it was very impactful. Hadn't felt that in a long time. I can't even think of a movie that really had done that to me before. Uh, maybe Seven, maybe the movie Seven, where
Mm,
that was
yeah.
like that same kind of feeling, right? So um, yeah, there's so many good parts to it. It was just really solid in going from the next scene, the next group of people to the next, and it was cohesive. And I don't know, I don't want to keep going on about it because I think people get the idea. But yeah, I'm just excited to have something bump these guys out of their number one and number two spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what can do that, if anything can.
Well, something did for me, but
Yeah.
not obviously like this was not the, biggest of the movies, but for me, number one will probably always be and maybe will forever sit at number one as Guardians of the Galaxy. That movie did like blew me away. From the moment I saw the first trailer, I even went, I don't know if you guys remember when that movie released, they did like a special IMAX preview. I drove an hour to go to the IMAX preview and I still have my IMAX preview poster hanging on my wall. I have all three Guardians of the Galaxy movie posters hanging in my hallway. I have every Guardians of the Galaxy Lego set. Like, there's just something about Guardians of the Galaxy that, even though I might not tell anyone it's the best Marvel movie, it is my favorite Marvel movie. I listen to the soundtrack. I have all the records from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and just like I grew up with Star Wars, right? I grew up with giant epic space operas, and man, Guardians of the Galaxy is like one of the best space operas I think that we have. Like, I talked a minute ago about Thunderbolts being the team coming together. Watching the Guardians of the Galaxy come together in that movie, Ronan is just such a great villain. And while I do think maybe they got rid of Ronan a little too soon, he brought like a weight to that movie. Just literally everything about Guardians of the Galaxy I love. I love that world, the cosmic side of Marvel. I've always loved it. And this is really our only outlet for that. Maybe a little bit in Captain Marvel, but I don't they definitely did not showcase it like Guardians of the Galaxy did. It spawned rides. I mean, Cosmic Rewind at Epcot is one of my favorite rides of all time. And just like the vibe of Guardians, like when we think about like how Guardians of the Galaxy has affected the MCU. Peter, you mentioned it without even maybe even meaning to mention it on a previous episode where you were like, as soon as you hear the Guardians music start playing, you're like, okay, like we're in for a ride, right? Like it's just such an epic tone and just
Hmm.
like I don't know. I'm a James Gunn fan for life, I guess. That will always be my number one.
Yeah,
I,
no,
I
that,
love that. I love that
yep.
it's yeah that you got there's something about Guardians because I was trying to remember. I'm like, what has he not said so far? I couldn't
That's
think of it, and so I was just as I was at the edge of my
it's
seat waiting for
I
you
man,
to answer.
I actually have the Cosmic Rewind ride at Epcot. I even have a poster of that on my wall. Like I am 100%. Like you can't see this because it's a podcast, but I have the Milano Lego set like right over my shoulder. So just like I don't know, I'm a
Oh, I got that Lego
huge
set.
yeah, it's such a great
Same.
Lego set.
Oh,
I'm just a fan. I even like
hey, we all
literally
agree on something. Look
I
at
have
that.
I have a Star Lord cosplay that I even did at Gen Con years ago. So
Oh, nice.
I was yeah, big Guardians fan.
Yes. Yeah. I love that. It makes me want to go watch Guardians again right now.
Just
Just
so
be like,
fun.
yeah,
Wait, okay, so tell me, I think the beginning of the second Guardians is probably one of my most like favorite
like
like
the open.
introductions. Yeah, like where it's just Baby Groot doing his thing,
Oh yeah.
right?
I
And like
watched
they're
Yes.
just
that with my kid. He loves that scene
it's
where
so
Groot's
good.
dancing. It's so good.
And then when they're like, I know this is the second one, but like when he's has to hit the button, and
Yeah.
it's just I don't know, the comedy in it's great. But that's the
Yes.
second one. I do love that the Guardians aesthetic too. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah. My number one, same as Greg's, Infinity War,
Boo,
which
boring.
just
Just kidding.
it is phenomenal. Clearly, we
Yep.
all have it in
Yep.
our top two, and it's that moment of me realizing when the movie ends in the theaters how much of a cultural touch point Marvel has become
Sure.
when people are surprised by the ending, by the fact that Thanos won.
Mhm.
And it's just like, oh, this isn't like Marvel has expanded so much beyond like those of us who have read the comics or those of us who are really deep diving into it. It hit that zeitgeist point of everybody was showing up and just that shock of people being like, wait, that's where that ends?
Yeah.
Is so it's something that can't really be recaptured. Like Marvel now, I think, has hit a point where people find it to be cool to dislike stuff in there, which is, you know what, hasn't been as consistent. That is fair. But there's this mindset of like, oh, let's go into it to find out what we don't like about it, or oh, it's going to not be good because of whatever. But during Infinity War and Endgame, it was just such that peak. Everybody's there. Everybody wants to see it again. And Infinity War just delivers on that and
Hmm.
delivers on those moments where, like was mentioned, Hulk getting beat by Thanos, Loki sacrificing himself, the like Wanda destroying Vision's Soul Stone, or not Soul Stone, but Mind Stone, just to have Thanos rewind time is there's just so many moments that I remember from that, or like Thor joining the battle is yeah,
Epic.
yeah,
Yeah.
it that might it's so close between that and the airport scene in Civil War for like the best like action moments in Marvel, and I think that yeah, it's so tough because the airport scene has Spider-Man join the fight. So,
Mhm.
Hmm.
yeah.
I do you guys have a moment in time like when that after they all kind of died, right? Or like the people were snapped away and the movie kind of ended. Did you have that moment of like, okay, how long is a year from now? Like that feeling of like
Uh-huh.
Yes.
it's a
100%.
long time before you get some sort of resolve, right?
Hmm.
And it was kind of painful, but
Yeah.
it was
At
great.
least we had two movies in
Yeah,
between.
right.
We did, but honestly, I feel like they that did it a little bit of a disservice, but that's
In
neither here
s-
nor there.
yeah, I I would kind of agree. Like neither of those movies were super high on my list,
Right. They
but
they kind of got overshadowed by the fact that it was like, okay, we want Endgame. I don't
yes.
want. I don't need Ant-Man, and nobody really wanted. You just like weird place for those movies to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yes.
And I feel like because of Captain Marvel taking place before it, they like felt like they needed to like tie Captain Marvel's entry more into it, and it didn't feel supernatural like
No.
her arrival in game. I don't know, but I think they could have done that a lot better.
Yes.
I like Captain Marvel. I just its timing was weird, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel and Black Widow are the two movies where I'm just like, you're you were released in a weird spot.
If Black Widow had been released where it belonged in canon, if that movie had come out like right after Civil War, man, I think it would have been way more well received.
Yes.
Perfect spot for it.
Yeah, it should have come out then.
Yeah. But there we have it. Our 53 Marvel Project list, top 10, obviously,
I'm
this week.
exhausted.
Yeah. We recorded these back to back to back, and no, we didn't. But now we're literally 4 days away from Project 54 dropping. So time to redo the list, guys. No.
I didn't realize it was that close.
Yep, Marvel Zombies is coming out in just a few days. So let's wrap it up here. Just want to thank everybody else for checking out this podcast, everybody who's listening, stuck around with us. We are excited to continue to talk all things Marvel, and I'm sure revisit this list in a few years after Secret Wars and see how everything shakes out then. But let us know your rankings. What are your top 5? Drop that down in the comments section on the YouTube video for this podcast. Greg gave a few ways you could help support the podcast at the beginning, but we also have a Patreon, patreon.com/nerdologists. The funds go to help improve the quality of this podcast, as well as the Melts and Meeples YouTube channel, the 10-Minute Marvel YouTube channel, and nerdologist.com website. But with that, thank you again, Ryan, for being on. It's a blast to have you here.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
And everybody out there in podcast land, we will see you next time.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.